I don't know if people will listen to this correctly, and I hope they do. Always a little further.
Yeah. Always a little. It's my mantra every single day, mate. You know, whether that's you going for a run and you don't feel like you want to run, just go for it. Just do it, and you can do it. And that always a little further. It helps me if I'm going to use the running sort of scenario. I'll get up in the morning. I don't have a plan of how far I'm going to run and where I'm going to run, as you probably know. But I'll go out there and I feel I can't justify having done anything until I feel a little bit tired, a little bit worn out. So I'll say, right, okay, I'm going to run 3 miles. I can see the 3 mile turnaround point. I go, all right, I'm going to go 4 miles. I'll go another mile. Then before I know it, I've ran out 6 miles and I've got another 6 miles to run back. So that's that little further. It's always there subconsciously pushing me anyway. But in everyday life, it's just about giving 100%. Just always do your fucking best and try and go that little bit further, like, you know.
I love the idea of, for me, I've had it in a mantra in my head sometimes, and sometimes they're always a little further to me. If I'm
just never giving up.
It's a step, yeah. As long as there's one more step,
yeah,
and then another.
One more inch, one more inch, one more foot, 2 more steps. It's still a little bit further.
But that's if someone had a gun to your head, could you do another step? If you can keep going like that in that way for sure. This is just more of a reality. When it's tough, and it will be tough, don't give up.
Yeah, that again related again to the always a little further. Just don't give up. Just keep going. I'll tell you what, because your mind will take you to places where your body don't want to go. You can get to a finish line with a broken leg, in pain. You'll get there as long as your mind says, "I'm going to get there."
I think that's something the military taught you, because
I don't know if the military taught it. It definitely sort of enhanced it.
Because my thought is there's situations you can't give up physically. You're not allowed to give up because
because because the giving up it's over, done, and that's not an option. That is never an option.
Do you think without facing a situation like that, you know, a situation that the reality is death, could you still tap into that, you know, never giving up no matter?
Yeah, you can. You can. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be all about life and death. It's just about, you know, when you say you're going to do something, do it. Do it. And when your mind says, you know, you've said this, I'm going to do 10 miles. Then when you've got an option to give up, it's a weak option when you give up. You can take that giving up option out of the equation. And the option is, I have to finish this. I have to get to that point. Now, whether your fucking feet are blistered, your back is hurting, as you're going to find out, your shoulder feels like one's snapped and the other one's all right, so what? So what? When you get to that finish point, that's when you can address that problem. Let that pain actually drive you on. Think about that pain and don't think about the distance. And then before you know it, you're at the end of the distance. So the mind will take you, it'll take a broken body to a point where, you know, you probably didn't want to go, but you can get there.
I'll get my sister to clip this. I'll have it on repeat. That'll be it.
I'm telling you, it's gonna.
Yeah.
We're like, it's uncomfortable. I don't want to go on. I know you don't want to, but you are going to go on. Your mind says you are going to go on. You're going to get there. It is not the end of the world.
Quitting is not an option.
No,
it's not from the table.
Quitting is death.
Yeah.
That's it. That's quitting. Death. Done. That wasn't your choice. That's God's way of telling you failed.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. Not today, Satan. It is. It's true. It fucking hurts. You know, I ain't going to say, my missus, I'm not running anymore. That's it. You had that choice. You can do it. You just don't want to do it. And that's it. You can fucking do that. But when you want to improve and grow and build resilience, you've got to go. That pain comes with it. That pain is the foundation, the mortar to becoming a better person and achieving better things.
Love that. That's a great quote.
It's true. It's absolutely true, mate. If it's easy, it ain't worth it. It's not a challenge, is it? It's not worth it.
The growth is in the pain. The growth is in the suffering of the task.
And then you know what? You get to the end, you achieve what you wanted to and more, and you feel great about it. Yes, you're still blistered. Now you can't walk because you're blistered. So what? It's only a passage of time. They'll heal up in no time.
What's that moment like? Because finishing a tough run, a mission that you sat there, you blistered, your body's still humming from, all the
Mate, when I finished, the last thing you do on the hills phase of selection is basically, long haul, is it called? Endurance. It's called endurance. It's about 60k, 60 miles, wherever it is, and you're carrying a fucking house on your back. And before I even started it, my knee was out here. I thought, I ain't going to be able to do this. And I could quite easily have gone, I ain't going to do it, because the damage I might do at the end of it, could fuck me up forever. But I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to do it, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to take that risk. I'm going to take that pain. I'm not going to make that an excuse not to do this. And then by the time I finished it, my knee was almost the size of my waist. I did it in fast. I did it in a fast time because it was hurting so much, and I knew the quicker I do it, the quicker this pain's going to stop. So the pain hurt me more, and I went faster. And I remember, there was two of us did it in a real ridiculously fast time, but I did it because of the fucking pain I was in, and I wanted to do it. I was going to I was going to tie that leg up behind my ass and drag myself across it. I wasn't going to give up. I don't care. Because I knew I'll find the time. I'd rather got to the end and done it and then be told, unfortunately, you can't go on to the next phase because you're fucking so badly hurt. I'll deal with that next. I want to get to that fucking end point. My mind says I want it, and I wanted it. I wanted it in my heart to say to myself, I'm going to finish this. I could have quite easily, and no one had ever questioned me because you could physically see my knee was fucked. But I just did it. I just fucking went, and it was fucking hurting. And I spent more time moaning about my knee. I knew as I'm moaning, that's another kilometre under the bag, that's another kilometre, another moan. And then me, I'm on at the end of it, it's only 14 hours. Hey! And then I was like, for the rest of the weekend, get out. In absolute agony. Honestly, I could stand up, you fall over. But I thought, how come I didn't fall over those mountains? Because I didn't want to fall over. I could quite easily have done. And literally at the end of it, the next morning, I'm trying to get my shorts over the top of it. And I'm like, and I went to stand up and I'm falling over. I can't stand up. And I thought, thank fuck. Because then my mind had already said, I don't have nothing to achieve today. You've done it. But my mind said, I want to get to the end.
As many of you know, we are independent creators and filmmakers, but there is a massive attack on us right now. Traditional media over the last few years has started to slowly die. They are no longer the independent voice that you first thought they were. That's why we've created Mulligan Brothers Patreon. We've built something special for our most dedicated supporters, and I want to break it down for you real quick. The supporter tier gets you ad-free early access to both video and audio versions of Mulligan Brothers interviews 24 hours before it goes public. The executive tier gets you everything that a supporter tier gets, plus more. Exclusive interviews and behind the scenes content, walk and talks, daily routines, unreleased interviews, the stuff that you don't see anywhere else. And finally, the executive producer tier. Everything from the supporter tier and the executive tier, plus exclusive perks. Access to our treatment packages. Be the first to see which guests are coming up and get insight into the topics we'll be discussing before anyone else. And you'll even get an executive producer credit on every single documentary that we make. So if you've ever wanted to support the Mulligan Brothers mission of inspiring change so we can go around the world and get these stories that nobody else will, this is exactly how you do it. Go to patreon.com/Mulligan Brothers or click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Join the community and help us inspire change.